Hello, everyone, all gamers across the interwebs. I'm fixing my webcam. Please don't fall off my screen. There we go. Nope, that's too low. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I just gotta fix my webcam because I messed with it and now it's all out of whack. There. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, everyone's having a good day. Oh, you guys can barely hear the music in the background. Got some Mario Galaxy going in the background. Hey, Segun. Hey, Ghoul Games. Hey, My64. How are you all doing today? Let me see here. Let me turn on the background. Oh, that's blue. I want white. It's too bright. There we go. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing on this fine Tuesday evening? Sorry, the long weekend has thrown off my schedule. Hopefully, everyone's having a good day. So today, this isn't going to be a super long stream or anything. This is going to be a kind of chill, going over some Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase predictions. So I know there's like a lot of different things floating around from a particular bird on Twitter. I really hope Puro gets like caught and like shunned and like deplatformed, because like it is kind of annoying knowing what to expect going into a direct. It's pretty freaking annoying. Assuming that Puro is correct and all of that this time around. So I guess I'm gonna go in for. I guess I'll start with like all of the rumored stuff, all the things that are rumored at the moment. Now, Endless Ocean is being thrown around. I think that's what it's called, Endless Ocean, which was a Wii game from back in the day. Apparently, there's going to be something new with that. Now, obviously, I don't know who developed Endless Ocean. Let's see, Endless Ocean developer, Arika. Arika are the people who developed Endless Ocean. So, yeah, there's a lot of rumors about Endless Ocean coming back. I never played it back on the Wii. It wasn't a series that I ever really knew. I mean, I missed out a lot on the Wii generation, so I can't speak too much of Endless Ocean. All I know is that it's a game about an ocean that is endless and you swim through it. That's all I really know. It's probably gonna be, no, I wouldn't expect Luigi's Mansion 2 or Thousand Year Door Remake. Even though, technically, they're made by studios that aren't in-house at Nintendo. They're both, well, I don't know about Intelligent Systems, but Next Level Games is owned by Nintendo. Systems. Let's see, I don't know if they're owned by Nintendo. But either way, don't expect anything from Nintendo unless it's like an indie game that like something like Cadence of Hyrule, or I guess Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, or like, you know, I mean, obviously not those games, but like those are games like, you know, I don't expect anything on Paper Mario, Luigi's Mansion, Princess Peach. Don't expect any of that. It's not gonna be there. Kind of hoping we see multiverses. That'd be interesting. I don't know the plausibility of that. I mean, Multiverses has been off the face of the earth for a while. Like, they haven't done anything for that game recently. So, they could very well do something for Multiverses. Because Multiverses wasn't out on the Switch. Like, when they did the whole, like, launch, or, sorry, the beta, you know, the playable beta, whatever. It wasn't on Switch, so it'd be really interesting to see them confirm that, like, when the full version of this game does come out. It would be interesting to see them announce it for Switch, but I don't think they would do it in the Direct. I don't think it makes sense for, because like Multiverses was big on PC and PlayStation. Well, I mean, I don't know, was it only available, or was it only playable on PC, or could you play it on consoles as well? Either way, I know it's like really known for those systems. I don't think a Nintendo platform would be where they'd announce the comeback of the game. I don't think it would happen in a Direct, to be honest. Not related to the direct, but I've been binging Mario Party videos recently. They're great. Well, thank you, Redis Jade. I'm glad you've been enjoying them. I hope you watched yesterday's match of Mario Party. That was really, really fun. We played Undersea Dream in Mario Party 5. I totally mistyped in the thumbnail. It said Underwater Dream. It's Undersea Dream. But, yeah. People also talk about Monkey Ball. Yeah, Monkey Ball has been brought up as potentially coming, which would be really, really interesting. I mean, all we've really gotten with Monkey Ball, if I'm not mistaken, are remakes on the Switch. Because there was Banana Mania, which is the first 2 games, plus I think another bonus thing, remastered from the GameCube. But then we also had Banana Blitz HD, which was a remaster of the Wii game. So if they do a new Monkey Ball game, I feel like there was another Monkey Ball game on Switch. I feel like there was another one, but maybe there wasn't. Let me look that up. I don't think there was. Let's see. Super Monkey Ball Switch. Yeah, there's only Banana Blitz HD and Banana Mania, so only remasters and remakes. So if there's a new one coming out, that would be pretty cool. Oops, sorry. Hey Connor, I'm doing good. How about you? Then there's hope to see more Little Nightmare 3 news since it is going to Switch. That'd be cool. That one I could see being a possibility that they'd show it off a little bit on the Switch. But I would say that one would be kind of in the middle category of a solid potentially, maybe. Very, very possible. Oh, hey Hito, how you doing? Yo, shout out to Hito. Hito, no, we weren't on the same team yesterday in yesterday's Mario Party match, but yo, shout out to Hito. I'll watch that right after the stream. Awesome. Imagine we get release date for Plucky Squire. I don't remember that one. Why do I not remember that one? I'm glad I brought up Google here so I can at least search up all this stuff. Plucky Squire. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I do remember this game. Okay, yeah, this game looks cool. I remember this game looking cool. Yeah, it's coming out sometime this year for Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. Yeah, definitely. Definitely could see it being there if it's been highly anticipated. Let's see here. I'm doing good. Glad you're doing good. Playing Mario vs. Donkey Remake World 6 now. Love Mario Party 6 so far. Hey, glad you like Mario Party 6. It's definitely my favorite one, so I'm really glad you're enjoying it. So I guess I'll come at you all real quick with games I want to see at this showcase. I'll start off with one that I think everyone here will agree with and everyone here will like. Now, there's no rumors of this right now, but in a survey that was done sometime last year that Bandai Namco had put out, they had asked about interest in any of the other Pac-Man World games being remastered. Now, we got Pac-Man World 1 remade about a year and a half, 2 years ago now, and I would really, 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 really love to see them finally remaster Pac-Man World 2. I think that's something they could definitely announce in a Nintendo Direct, because that game is a very, a lot of Nintendo fans, more Nintendo fans would appreciate a Pac-Man World game as opposed to, Xbox or PlayStation fans. I mean, they'd appreciate it, but, Nintendo fans, the big 3D platformer lovers and all that, would truly appreciate a Pac-Man World 2 remaster. So I would love to see them announce that. I don't know when that poll happened. It wasn't that long ago. If it was last year, it was in the second half of last year. But if it's just going to be a remaster, if they're not remaking it from the ground up, I can see that being a complete possibility. Let's see. Hey, Brandon. Hopefully you enjoy the show. I'm trying to bring a variety of good predictions. Hopefully something that you identify with and something that you like as well. Playing Luigi's Mansion 2 years ago and never beating it because the puzzle was too difficult for my kid brain. Yeah, when I was a kid, Luigi's Mansion, it stumped me a little bit, but I figured it out eventually. Freaking love that game. Good theory, Zach. I agree. Thank you. I can see that. Yeah, Pac-Man World 2. If that one got announced at the Direct tomorrow, I would just be, over the moon. By the way, I'm not going to be doing a reaction to this Direct. I think this kind of goes without saying, but I'm not going to do a reaction to the Direct. I'll just do probably a video. Maybe that'll be this week's upload instead of my GameCube collection video that I plan on doing. If that is, if there's a lot of things that I'm interested in this Direct. But yeah, you know, if they announce things that I'm interested in, I'll do a video later this week about it. But I won't do a reaction or anything. So let's see. Yeah, Pac-Man World 2. Let's see here. I'm in Mario World League Mario vs. DK. I'm so close to beating it. Ooh, nice. Funny enough, the June Direct back in 2022 is a mini Direct partner showcase that Pac-Man World repack. Yeah, I remember the first repack was announced in a partner showcase. I do remember that. I meant to say years ago. All good, all good. Oh, do you mean you wait, did you play Luigi's Mansion 2 years ago, or do you mean you played Luigi's Mansion 2 years ago? I hope Rugrats Adventure in Gameplay makes an appearance. Yeah, I feel like that game has a possibility of coming around because it is coming out sometime this year. I think like we've seen a lot on that game. When is that coming out actually? Rugrats, what's it called? It's Adventures in Gameland. Initial release date, it says release date is February 2024, so it should be coming out sometime soon. Maybe a shadow drop or something on that one. That would be cool. Adventures 2 years ago. Okay, got you. Let's see. Another third-party announcement I could totally see happening here. Now, I know none of you will care about this, but this is where I get to talk about it. So the Dark Pictures anthology, the Until Dawn-like games, they have been slowly releasing on the Nintendo Switch. I believe early last year, Man of Medan came out. Then, like, in October of last year, Little Hope came out. And given the time between Man of Medan and Little Hope, we're starting to get to around the time where House of Ashes could come out. So I could totally see them announcing House of Ashes. I'm trying to remember, I believe both of them, both Little Hope and Man of Medan, were shadow dropped when they got announced. So if House of Ashes gets announced in this partner showcase, it could very easily be shadow dropped as well. So that would be really, really cool. So I that's what I really hope would see. I mean, I have it on the Steam Deck now, so it's like almost pointless for me to want it on the Switch, but it is still really cool for, you know, fans of horror games who want more horror games on the Switch, because the Switch, not that it has none, but like it's definitely lacking in the horror game realm. So having another pretty good one, House of Ashes is definitely one of the better ones. It's more polished. It feels like it has a bigger scope. The characters are a little more intricate. There's a lot more to it than the first two, you know, Man of Medan and Little Hope. So I definitely could see House of Ashes appealing to more people in that way. If they bring The Devil in Me to the Switch, that would be amazing at some point, but we'll have to see on that. Let's see here. By the way, Zach, just so you know, Nintendo said publishing and development partners will have their game showcase when television system be considered a development partner. Means that your door could show up. You see, that's where I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if, cause I googled it earlier and I couldn't find out if Intelligent Systems is owned by Nintendo, because Nintendo bought out Next Level Games, so I know Luigi's Mansion 2 won't be there. But is Intelligent Systems owned by Nintendo? Let's see. It's a Nintendo partner. Okay, so they are partners. So Thousand Year Door could be there. Like, theoretically, it could be there. Will it be there? I'm leaning towards no. Mostly because I feel like with partner showcases, Nintendo doesn't want to take too much of the spotlight. Like, yeah, Nintendo has shown off, like, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. And, like, you know, I mean, Cadence of Hyrule doesn't really count. But, I mean, Mario and Rabbids is a smaller title, so, like, it makes sense that would get shown off. It's a more niche thing. I mean, you could say Paper Mario is niche, but, like, I wouldn't say... I mean, compared to Mario and Rabbids, I wouldn't call Paper Mario... I would say go into it not expecting to see it. Because if you go in expecting, or even thinking that Paper Mario will be there, you'll be disappointed when it's not. So I'll just say, don't think it's going to be in there. And if it's there, you'll be pleasantly surprised. If it's not, you won't lose anything. You won't be disappointed. But I'm personally not expecting to see anything of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. See, the Devs of Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures Anthology are actually making Little Nightmares 3. Really? Okay, now I have to Google this. Little Nightmares 3. Wow, yeah, it is. They're being developed by Supermassive Games. Wow. Oh, that does make sense, because I do believe they worked on 2, and did they work on 1? Yeah, no, they didn't do 1, but I do think they did 2. Yeah, they did. Yeah, Supermassive Games did 2, and now they're doing 3, but they didn't do the first one. So that makes me actually a little more curious about it. Because I played a bit of the first one, but I didn't play the second one. Let's see here. Hey, Zach in the chat. Next Tuesday, February 27th, is Pokemon Presents. Also on the same day is my home country to make it Independence Day. Ooh, that's really cool. I won't talk too much about the Pokemon Presents, but, like, I heard a bunch of stuff about Gold and Silver floating around, so, like, that does actually get me kind of interested in it, because Pokemon Gold and Silver are, like, it's my first Pokemon game, and, like, one of the only ones I'm really nostalgic for and care about, so I would be interested in that, but yeah, we shall see next week. Maybe I'll do a stream talking about it next week, like a prediction stream, but I won't react. Also, I also won't react to that one. Zach, you are right. Pac-Man World 2 Pack was announced in June 22, so it is possible. Yeah, I do think it is possible Pac-Man World 2 gets remastered. I mean, there is a very high demand for it. I even think, even before Pac-Man World Repack came out, I'm pretty certain there was more of a call for Pac-Man World 2 to get remastered or remade as opposed to the first one. So I do think it would be weird if they just completely ignore it. Now, it doesn't have to show up in this direct. It depends on, like, if it's a remaster of World 2, I could see it showing up in this direct. If it's a remake completely, I would say not really time, because they only sent out that survey maybe 6 months ago. So we'll have to see what they're doing. Like I said, if it's not there, then, you know, then we won't see it. Do you think Persona 3 Reload could get announced for the Switch? The thing is with that, wait, I just got tagged in something on Twitter. Hold on. I don't think sorry. This age is good. Wait, what? Clark just tagged me in something saying, I don't know. Okay, I don't know why he's tagged me in this. He said, Superstars DLC means Swiftdraw, Rider Card DX, and ZakPak. Well, we have a night in store. Here's to hoping this age is good. Clark, what is this about? If you're watching, what is this about? Explain yourself, sir. But Persona 3 Reload, I swear I saw an interview saying that they're not going to bring it to the Switch. There's something that Atlas had said relating to some Persona game, and it might be 3 Reload, where they're saying they're not putting it on the Switch. It could be a different game that I'm thinking of that I heard about. But if that's to be believed, then maybe not. I mean, because I would have thought that, like, if there is more Persona coming to the Switch, I would have thought they would have announced it back when all the Persona stuff got announced for the Switch, because they announced 3, 4, and 5, I think, for Switch, right? Was that what it was? 3, 4, and 5, or something like that. They announced, like, a few different, and there's 5 Strikers. Like, they had announced a few Persona games, but anything's possible. Supermassive gave Enhanced Little Nightmares 2. They didn't make the game. Oh, okay, got you. Probably gonna get a Lego game. Yeah, I've heard some people throw around Lego. I've heard some people throw around a Lego game. I'm not entirely sure why. But, I mean, Lego, I don't know if there's anything, I mean, if there's any big franchises, from Lego. I've also heard a lot of people throw around Level 5, aka Professor Layton, and, you know, I think they're doing a few more games. But Professor Layton would be a big one for sure. Professor Layton in the Curious World of Steam, I think the game is called. It would be interesting to see if they talk about that, because that got announced over a year ago, I think. I want to say it was maybe February direct of last year, right? Yeah, so very possible. Clark talking about Mario Party Superstars. Yeah, Clark just said, Superstars DLC means Swiftdraw, Rider Card DX, and ZakPak. We have a night in store. Here's to open this age is good. I don't know if he's thinking like there's a direct, like a regular direct tomorrow, and expecting Superstars DLC to be announced. That'd be crazy though. Superstars DLC got announced. Let's see here. Do you think? Wait, I didn't miss anything, right? Okay, yeah. Do you think that Super Mario Warriors could get announced, Zach? I know Super Mario Warriors is highly requested. I don't think so, because Super Mario doesn't lend itself to the Warriors format, I don't think. Like Zelda, Fire Emblem, those make sense. Mario, I don't think it does. It would be cool to see another indie studio do something with Mario. I mean, I would like to see a take on something with, like, Platonic Games doing something with Mario, because, like, they're the old team from Rareware. And yeah, Yooka-Laylee wasn't the best 3D platformer, but if they were given Mario and they got to do something with Mario, like a Mario 3D platformer that feels a little different than the traditional 3D Mario games, it would be really interesting to see, and I would totally be down for that. Speaking of, there's a lot of talk about, obviously, Nintendo and Microsoft working together a lot more now with, you know, like, Microsoft bringing 4 more Xbox games to the Nintendo Switch. And obviously, a lot of the talk is that it's going to be Hi-Fi Rush, Grounded, Sea of Thieves, and one other one. Realistically, I think we'll see Hi-Fi Rush get announced. I think that one sounds right. That one seems like, in this kind of presentation, Hi-Fi Rush would stand out the most. Sea of Thieves, maybe in a close second. Grounded, I feel like, because that game is pretty big, that game is pretty expansive, and I feel like they might want to work on that one a little bit more. Hi-Fi Rush, I don't see them having, Pentiment, thank you. I don't see them having a hard time bringing, Hi-Fi Rush. Sea of Thieves a little more so, but it's rare with Sea of Thieves, so anything's possible. Though, what I would love to see, above all of those games, freaking Rare Replay. If Microsoft is going to bring more games to the Nintendo platform, why not Rare Replay? That should be the first one you do. That should be the opener. That should be the one to get the Nintendo fans invested in you, being like, Nintendo fans, we hear you. We want to have more business on the Nintendo Switch, so we're going to give you Rare Replay. I mean, that's all the... Oops, sorry, I hit the microphone. That's all the Nintendo classics. Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, GoldenEye, heck, throw in freaking Donkey Kong 64 and Diddy Kong Racing in there to sweeten the deal. Then, of course, there's Jet Force Gemini, Perfect Dark. Then, of course, you have the games that didn't release on Nintendo platforms, like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, Perfect Dark Zero. Like, there's a lot of great games. Viva Pinata, there's a lot of great games that, you know, Rare has that Nintendo fans specifically would eat up. They would eat that stuff up, man. That's just like, that would be a huge announcement for the Direct. That would be huge. On the online services, I don't think so. I don't think having Banjo-Kazooie, because, like, thinking about it, right? Banjo-Kazooie, the Xbox 360 version, is completely different in a lot of ways from the N64 version, right? Right, so you have, like, the widescreen support, you have the quality of life improvements, you have the graphical improvement. There's a lot of stuff about Banjo-Kazooie on the Xbox that's different from Banjo-Kazooie on the N64. And not to mention, it is one game. Not everyone's buying, granted there's GoldenEye as well, but again, on the Xbox, there's different improvements and optimizations on, you know, the Xbox version. And I believe Jet Force Gemini is now also out on the N64 online service, but I don't know the improvements with that one. But I know with GoldenEye and Banjo-Kazooie, it's like night and day. There's definitely differences between the two. And I could totally see them doing it. That would be even, you know, that would be a huge deal to get Rare games back on Nintendo, where they really belong, to be honest. Do you think we'll get a Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games? I don't think so. I don't think they're... Oh, no, there is Olympic Games this year. No, or is it next year? Because I don't know if COVID delayed the Olympics at all. Olympic Games 2024. Oh, there's Olympics this year. Paris. Mario and Sonic, if they wanted to keep the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games going, I mean, it's the Summer Games as well, so they'd probably want the game out before or during the Olympics. So, summer... I could see Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games happening. Maybe that's the Mario game we get. Mario and Sonic at the 2024 Summer Paris Games or something. Wouldn't be an announcement that everyone would love, but it's Mario and Sonic. They just keep making them for some reason. Let's see. I heard a rumor that Atlas is probably re-releasing Shin Megami Tensei 5 to be released on PS4, Xbox 5, or PS4 or PS5, Xbox consoles, even Nintendo Switch, maybe the DLC for Switch owners of the game. Yeah, I heard rumblings about something Shin Megami Tensei 5, happening on the Switch being announced. So Shin Megami Tensei 5, sure. Like that's the thing, right? There's so many possibilities. Like I know a lot of people are disappointed that it's a partner showcase and not a general direct, and I am as well in a lot of ways. But there's so much potential stuff that still can be seen from a partner showcase that I feel like it shouldn't be understated how important third party also is for Nintendo. Like, yes, Nintendo relies heavily on their first party titles, but third party has also been really chugging along on the Switch, and they've really been doing a good job of churning out games, and some ports being really freaking good. Like Hogwarts Legacy got a really good port. Dying Light got a really good port. Like, there are a lot of games that, like, even though, yes, there's a lot of ports that had no care or effort put into them, like GTA Trilogy, whatever, but there's so many ports that actually have good work put into them. Like, these partner showcases are huge. Getting third parties back on Nintendo, which is a huge deal. Very, very important. And then, if Nintendo, because, like, there were some rumblings about Nintendo wanting to work more with third parties and indies, you know, branching out a little bit more and giving their franchises to more people so that more of their characters can get more games, even if it's being developed by a smaller studio. And these partner showcases are the perfect places to see which studios are, you know, making the kinds of games and doing the kinds of things that Nintendo wants to work with. So there's a lot, you know, that is riding on these partner showcases, especially because they carried Nintendo through COVID. Like, so they are more important than you may think, you know? Let's see, get expansive because you shrunk down, everything's huge. Yeah, but, probably, already read that. Even more of a, even big comeback of Rareware to Nintendo. Yeah, it would be huge to get Rare back. I mean, Banjo-Kazooie coming to NSO was huge. Because it's like Rare coming back to Nintendo. I mean, Banjo and Smash was one thing, but then we got Banjo on the Nintendo console. You can play Banjo-Kazooie on the Switch. Ooh. Top tier. Don't get anything big from this direct. Oh yeah, no, we're not going to get any big announcements. We're not going to get anything like big game drops. But, like, if you think about it from the third party perspective of, like, okay, like, you know, like what more, like, because you gotta imagine, right? Like, there's a lot of people like me who like a wide variety of games, even more than just the Marios, the Zeldas, the Smash Brothers, the Mario Karts, whatever. Like, there's so many more types of games out there. Like, I have a whole list of third-party games I would love to see on the Nintendo Switch. One that I think is possible came out last year, and I think it could work on the Nintendo Switch. From Telltale Games, The Expanse. I played that game last month, and it was freaking great. It was a small game. It was Telltale, so not that graphically intense. So I think that game could show up on the Switch as well. Telltale's The Expanse. Like, there's a lot of different possibilities of games that can show up. They're not all big, giant hits, but, like, if you play a variety of games, if you like smaller niche titles, there might be something in there that you like, you know? Do you think Luigi Mansion 2 HD can be shown off in the if the remake was made by some developer and Nintendo published it? I mean, that's semantics. I mean, that's like, okay, like, if Next Level Games are developing the remaster, no, it's not going to show up. If it's a different studio doing the remaster, I still don't think it's going to show up. Just, I don't know. I'm not getting Luigi Mansion 2 showing up. Let's see. You think Nintendo would hand DK to some other studio than Retro? Here's the thing, though, right? Retro Studios, they're working on Metroid Prime 4, obviously, right now. I don't know how much else they'd want to do on top of Metroid Prime 4, right? Like a 2D DK game, possible, I guess. Like, if they've been working on it for a while, it just kind of slowed down on the development of it when Metroid Prime 4 came around. But yeah, I don't expect many Nintendo things in terms of like their properties. Like I said, there's rumors of Endless Ocean. That one's one, I guess, if you want to count that, like a Wii game, like an old Wii game they're bringing back. But other than that, I'm not expecting much from Nintendo. Now there's, of course, because of Puro, rumors of Game Freak. Don't expect Pokemon. Obviously, there's a whole Pokemon presentation next week. Don't expect Pokemon. Just expect, like, you know, I know there's, like, Pocket Card Jockey, which is a game that was, like, originally on the 3DS. That might be coming up to Switch, so that would be cool. Let's see. Oh, okay, you see, I just saw Pikachu's, thing. We get Banjo and NSO. That would be cool. See, waiting for a game called Big Boy Boxing. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. That's interesting. I'm actually more excited for Pokemon Presents because I want to see an announced collection of Pokemon games for this. Nothing about it. ZakPak, why do you think they've barely added any GBA games? Very possible. Waiting to add Pokemon games. That'd be cool to see Pokemon Game Boy games come around. Maybe that's what they're planning to do with Gold and Silver. I'll be fine with that. I mean, I definitely would like to see that game, like, touched up. I would love to. I would like to see it, honestly, I want to see it given the, this is unpopular opinion, but with Gold and Silver, if they end up remaking it, I want to see it given the, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl treatment, where it's just a faithful remake of the game with that same art style. I like that art style. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people like the new modern stuff. And, I mean, the modern stuff, it's just not polished enough for me to really, like, be like, ooh, yes, bring it up to that. Like, no. Like, Pokemon Gold, I mean, yeah, there's Heart Gold, Soul Silver, which brought it up to you know, to that era's graphic standards, but I don't know. I like the chibi art style for Pokemon. Like, I'm fine with it. I mean, like, once they perfect what they're doing with, like, Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield, then I'll be more than happy to have them bring up, like, a Gold and a Silver to that. But it's just not polished enough for it. Like, it's just, like, you know, the games, like, they just don't look great. They, you know, the art style of Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, in my opinion, just looks better because it's simpler and it just works better than what they were trying to do with Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, you know? Let's see. I've been playing this game on the Nintendo Switch called Pudding Monsters. It's $5. It's a short but fun puzzle game that's made by the same people who made Cut the Rope. Oh, Cut the Rope. That was a classic back in like the late 2000s, I think it was. That's cool. I didn't know they were really still making games. I mean, not that I've been paying attention to the developers of Cut the Rope, but yeah, it's cool. And that's the thing. There's so many like small titles like that are easy recommends on the Switch. Like a few bucks for like a short but fun puzzle game. Sure, why not? There's probably gonna be some of those as well, like cheap, shadow dropped probably, you know, games that aren't like anything super crazy, but you know they're not too bad either. Maybe there could be a possibility on one of the Game Boy games hadn't got an update. Maybe they wanted to bring all the mainline Pokemon games at once. That'd be a bold strategy. I would have thought they'd want to spread them out a little bit. Like, dropping all the Pokemon games at once would be an interesting strategy. I mean, I would see them doing all the Game Boy ones at one time and then the Game Boy Advance ones. Just because, like, you know, like, let's say someone, you know, it's easier, like, if you spread them out to, like, get people, like, to sign up for the membership for the Game Boy games, and then if their membership expires later on, they'll re-get the membership for the Game Boy Advance games, like, you know, or they'll upgrade later for the Game Boy Advance, like, you know, like, to me, it makes more business sense to spread them out, but I also wouldn't put it past them to just drop them all and be like, here you go, you know, I wouldn't put it past them to do that either. Let's see. How would you react if they remade Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and they pulled a 1,000-year door and just called it Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver and sold it to us with the exact same titles? I'd be fine with that. I'll be honest, I actually didn't play Heart Gold or Soul Silver. I don't know why I didn't. By that point, Pokemon was just off my radar. Like, I stopped after the Game Boy Advance one, so like I didn't play Diamond or Pearl. You know, I played Gold and Silver when I was a kid, and me and my stepbrother at the time, we shared Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire and Fire Red and Leaf Green. I mean, obviously not all of those, but like, you know, like Fire Red. I think he had Fire Red and maybe Ruby. I don't remember, but then after that, you know, after my mom and my stepdad at the time split up, and you know, I didn't have him, I just stopped caring about Pokemon. But then in high school, I picked up X. That was the next one I picked up. Had fun with it, but I had no reason to return for, I think it was Sun and Moon. That was after that. Yeah. Let's see here. I loved Cut the Rope. Yeah, that was a classic from back in the day. You should play Pudding Monsters, Zach. It's really fun. Maybe we'll give it a try at some point. I'm not really a puzzle games kind of guy. Like, environmental puzzles are fun, but like, if we're talking like your typical Candy Crushes kind of puzzle games, not my cup of tea. Like, the kind of puzzle games I like are a little more of the like the word puzzles, like riddles and things like that. That's what I like. Those are the kinds of puzzles I like. I'm weird, I know. What if you get a Rayman remake collection of 1, 2, 3? That'd be interesting. I mean, we're really in the renaissance. I mean, this started a few years ago, really, with, like, Crash and Spyro. But, like, we're in a renaissance of remakes and, you know, bringing games back. So, Rayman, very, very possible. And I feel like that is the kind of game that could get announced at a Nintendo Direct and work. Like, you know, it could get announced, of course, at an Xbox showcase or a PlayStation showcase. I can see it working at a PlayStation showcase, but I feel like Nintendo, again, it's a 2D platformer. Nintendo fans appreciate the platformers, that genre of games, more than the general PlayStation and Xbox audience does. So, you know, we shall see. Pretty sure Game Freak has always changed the title at least somewhat to add Ultra or Deluxe in the title. Yeah, that makes sense, just to make them differentiate themselves from each other. That makes sense. Any Pokemon game that has online connectivity ages worse than a game that didn't have online. I don't. Okay, I won't question that. I don't know Pokemon games to that extent, but I won't question that. You should look at the game. It's not Candy Crush, but it's an environmental game. You should look at it. What's it called? It's called Pudding Monsters. The mouse, there it is. I'll just look it up real quick. Let's see here. Oh, it's a sliding kind of puzzle where you have to slide them around. Okay. Looks cool. Hey, Cool Games, welcome back. What I heard, it's rumored there's going to be a first-party game at the Partner Direct. This means Mario 1000 Year Door or something to get Shadow Drop. Shadow Drop, that would be bold. I don't think 1000 Year Door is going to get a Shadow Drop. I mean, it could, I guess, if you think about it. Like, they announced it early, got the hype going, and then the Shadow Drop it. That would be huge. But I'm still not sure they would do that. It would just completely overshadow everything else in the Direct. If there is something first party, then I guess the 1000 Year Door makes the most sense. I mean, I still stand by. I think that game is coming out in, like, April, maybe May. So, you know, I could see it makes sense for them to show it off. But I don't know. That's the thing, right? I'm really getting tired of rumors, because now there's the new rumors that came out today that the Nintendo Switch 2, or whatever it's called, is going to be shown off in June. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, last week, everyone was like, oh my god, it's getting shown off next month. It's getting shown up in March. And now, everyone's like, oh my god, it's getting shown off in June. It's like, everyone just keeps falling for this every single time. It'll get announced when it gets announced, okay? Like, you know, it's... Patience is a virtue. Endless Ocean. Endless Ocean could be that first-party title. Because, I mean, it's not, like, developed by Nintendo. I believe Endless Ocean was published by Nintendo. So I do believe that means Nintendo owns the rights to Endless Ocean. It's just developed by a third-party studio. So it could be Endless Ocean. That could be the first-party title that gets announced. Oh, my nose is getting itchy. Do you believe a new Nintendo console? Jeez. Do you believe a new Nintendo console will get announced this year? I hope so. I freaking hope so. Whether it comes out this year or next year, whatever, we gotta see it this year at this point. Like, it's getting to the point where it's like, I don't know. Like, it's just wild to me that the Switch is going to be 8 years old in next March. And if it's not released before then, that'll be insane in my personal opinion. I mean, that'll be Nintendo's longest console generation. Because NES was 85 to 91, so 6 years. SNES was 5 years, 91 to 96. N64 was another 5 years, 96 to 2001. GameCube was 5 years, again, 2001 to 2006. Wii was 6 years, 2006 to 2012. Wii U was 5 years, 2012 to 2017. So the most we've had is 6 years. We're already well surpassed that. Well, not well surpassed it, but we're about to hit the 7th anniversary. So we're already the longest console. You know, this is the longest Nintendo's ever lasted with a console. Understandably so, because it's selling so well. So, I still think it'd be weird if they don't announce the next console before the end of the year. Honestly, Zach, I love how you're always such a wholesome dude. You never get mad when someone brings up rumors. You never get angry at them despite not being a fan. You always keep you cool. Yeah, like a lot of my bitter. It's supposed to be sarcasm. I mean, like I hate it and it gets annoying, but it's like it's just I don't know. Like it's just fun to joke around and be kind of sarcastic about it. Cause like I do get the excitement over a lot of it. Like I love. Here's the thing. I love the speculation aspect of it. I love speculating about certain things. That's why I like having these conversations. You know, it's fun to speculate on, you know, what Nintendo could do, and I like giving my opinions, and I like hearing your guys' opinions. To me, which is where the issue comes up, is when people take these rumors and everything super, super seriously, and, like, just become kind of all sweaty about it. Like, you know, like, they'll defend all these rumors and, like, argue with you, like, nah, man, these rumors, you know, you gotta believe the rumors. It's like, bro, obviously, we just heard last week, or 2 weeks ago, from Nate Drake, that the Switch 2 is going to be announced in March. Now we're hearing from other people that it's going to be announced in June. Like, you can't trust anyone, right? You can't trust anyone, so don't listen to it. Don't just go with your gut. If you want to talk about all the rumors, like, that's fine. Like, talking about the rumors is no issue. It's just don't get people excited for something that might not happen. That's all I gotta say. That's why I'm such a new guy of mine. You have a lot of patience. Yeah, that's the benefit of working with kids. I worked with kids for a little bit because I was a teacher for a little bit. And imagine me as a teacher. Imagine if I stuck with that. Imagine if I stuck with teaching, right? Could you guys imagine that? Me working with a bunch of kids? I would gather them around like, come on, everyone, let's watch the Nintendo Direct. That would be so funny. That would be the funniest thing in the world. You guys know, I would incorporate video games into, like, all my lessons. Like, Luigi wanders into a room that has 20 ghosts, and 10 ghosts get taken away. How many ghosts remain? Like, that'd be kind of stuff I would do as a teacher. A shadow drop of a Bits Pretty remake. I don't really see that. That's the thing. I mean, they did it with Metroid Prime. Because I'm still under the impression that Paper Mario is a remaster. Because, like, yeah, they swapped out a lot of assets, but the game very much looks kind of the same, just with some swapped out assets and some new animations. Like with Dark Moon Remastered, right? Dark Moon Remastered, Dark Moon HD, or Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. There's new animations in there. There's new models. There's new stuff. But it's still a remaster, because it's still the same game, they're just adding on to it. And I'm still under the impression that Paper Mario is a remaster. But nevertheless, even if it is a remaster, I still think it is possible. But I think with a game like Paper Mario, I feel like they do want to hype that one up a little bit. Like, Metroid and Pikmin are smaller titles, right? Metroid and Pikmin, you could shadow drop those. Those work. Paper Mario, like a Mario game, definitely not. But even Paper Mario, I mean, I've said they could shadow drop Luigi's Mansion, which even that one's kind of a stretch. But Paper Mario, I don't know if they'd want to shadow drop that one. We hear it's not going to be shown until 2025. Who knows when it's going to be shown off. I really want Odyssey 2 already. I just want a new 3D Mario game of a different style. Like, Odyssey was a fun game for what it was. But I feel like, for me, Odyssey was like a one and done kind of thing. I don't want to see it explore that much more. I do want the next Mario game. I do want to see be something new and just different. I want to see. I'll be honest. I really didn't care for Odyssey. A lot of the moons were really repetitive to get. I felt no incentive to collect all the moons. I just, not that I didn't enjoy it. I just didn't get a lot out of it because I didn't find the grinding to be that fun. So I really want the next 3D Mario game to kind of go in a little bit of a different direction from that. I don't even know how to describe it, but I don't know. Just Odyssey wasn't for me. I still prefer Galaxy and Sunshine any day. But I do like Odyssey more than 64, for sure. And 3D World, if you want to count that one. Bowser's Fury, though, is really good, so I don't know about that one. They'll probably call you Mr. Video Game. Yeah. Like, the amount of, like, I would have to, like, if I became a teacher, and, like, I would have to, like, make a math test. Like, you know, because I be working with elementary kids, so math is the first thing that comes to mind, where I can be creative. I would have to do a math test where it's all video game questions. Like Mario rolls a double dice block in Mario Party, and he rolls a 7 and a 4. How many spaces is he moving total? Like, you know how much fun that would be? I would be a rockin' teacher if I did decide to go down that avenue. But you made great memories for those kids, and they'll probably tell stories in the future how you were their favorite teacher, how sad they were when you left. It was, listen, not to go too much into it, but on my last day, when I was teaching, I was working with a bunch of first and second graders, and everyone knew it was my last day. I brought in donuts, you know, I treated the class, and usually every morning before we started the school day, I would, I'd have one kid, I would choose one kid from the class, or, like, you know, have one kid come up and ask me to read them a story, because, like, first, second graders love being read stories. So, you know, in the morning before we started the day, I would read a story to one of the students. Well, since it was my last day, I was like, okay, anyone who wants, I'll do, like, you know, I'll read to a bunch of you. You know, I picked out a book. I'm like, if anyone wants to, you know, have me read this book to them, just come up to me and we'll do, like, a little, you know, I'll read it to you. I had 7 kids come over to me. I had 2 that were sat on my lap, 2 that were, like, hung over my sides, 2 that were over my back, and 1 that was, like, sat. Like, I was like, I nearly started crying. I was like, I'm gonna miss you kids. Like, it was so wholesome. Like, one of the most wholesome days of my life. And I had all these kids hugging me, like, don't go, Mr. Zach, don't go. I was like, stop it, you guys are gonna make me cry. But yeah, that was my experience as a teacher. Let's see. Imagine the next 3D Mario has more realistic looking bosses than the Ruined Dragon. See, this is also an unpopular opinion. I don't want Mario, unless it's like Luigi's Mansion, I don't want Mario, like the Mario 3D platformers, to go for that realistic style. I like the more cartoony nature of it. It fits Mario a little bit more. Like, in Mario Odyssey, you know, the world just kind of felt a little too real, in my opinion. Like, why I liked it in Luigi's Mansion was because it stood out, because it was different to have Luigi in these realistic settings. Like, that's why I liked it. It was different. And the irony now is that Luigi's Mansion is super cartoony. You know, the irony is that it's all flipped now. But it's like, I don't know, I miss when Mario was just cartoony. You know, like, I don't know, everything's super realistic. And I get, like, you know, the models, you update them to make them a little better. But I don't know. Like, I don't care too much for the super realistic. And I'm not saying, like, make it flat and bland. But I'm saying it doesn't have to be, like, it doesn't have to be all this individually textured grass and, like, super realistic metal and hair fibers. Like, it doesn't need to be that. It's a nice touch, but for Mario, which is a cartoony, a game about a cartoony plumber saving a princess from a freaking talking turtle, you know, like, it doesn't need to be super realistic in its graphics. Simpler is completely fine, in my personal opinion. But that's why when you have games like Luigi's Mansion, or I'd even say Princess Peach Showtime, that's where you can go a little more realistic and have that, like, kind of have them stand out a little bit more and have it be a little more, you know, just have a little more something. I also agree that 64 is also overrated. I feel like, I mean, I don't want to say overrated. I feel like that is a game, and I am such a hypocrite for saying this, but that is a game that is viewed with nostalgia goggles for everyone. Everyone always says 64 is the best. The camera controls suck. The game's physics are a little wonky. It hasn't aged well. It has not aged well at all. And I feel like people just view it through the nostalgia goggles. Now, of course, you know, a lot of people also just completely understand the controls and know how to maneuver in the game. But, like, you hand a kid Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Odyssey, it'll be way better for them to play Super Mario Odyssey because the camera controls are a lot smoother. The controls are more fluid. And that was my when I wish Sunshine is that the camera sucked. Like, everything felt so much more fluid and sunshine. I mean, the camera felt better than 64, but that's not saying much. Galaxy is when they finally really started to figure it out, I think. Like, where they really started to figure out the mechanics and all of that. But we're getting off track now. We're getting off track. Partner showcase. I'm trying to think if there's anything I missed. I think I've touched on most of the main points that I wanted to touch on. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's so many third-party games I would love to see come to Nintendo, whether they're remasters from the GameCube era. Like, even like if you think about GameCube games, right, that were like not like they were done by partner studios. Like, imagine if they brought back Eternal Darkness from the GameCube, or imagine if they brought back Chibi Robo from the GameCube. Like, like, there's a lot, like, there's potential of bringing back games that weren't necessarily developed by Nintendo, but, like, you know, they published them. It's just that, like, another studio developed them, which is why the whole Paper Mario argument is a little, like, you know, sketchy. Like, you know, Paper Mario could be there, but don't rely on it. But yeah, let's see. Do you think we'll get a new classic Paper Mario in 2028 with 8 chapters, badges, classic battle system, new partners, a hub world that maybe even go more grandiose than Thousand Year Door was? It's possible if Thousand Year Door remastered or remake sells well. So if it sells well and if it reviews favorably, I mean, what was let me see. Paper Mario, the Origami King got an 80. So if Thousand Year Door, like on Metacritic, Paper Mario, the Origami King got an 80 on Metacritic from critics, I should say. From users, it got a 7.0 or 70. If Thousand Year Door can like exceed that, which I think it very well might. I mean, Metroid Prime Remaster got like a 96 or something like that. It did really, really well. If Thousand Year Door can show to be more popular than the Origami King, I can see Nintendo looking at that and being like, okay, you know, let's do something here. Because, yeah, the Origami King, I mean, I did not care for the Origami King. I did not like that game that much. So, bringing it back to the classic formula for a new installment could get a lot of people hyped. And if they see that there is that interest there with Thousand Year Door HD, then they'll probably lean into it and give it a shot. Let's see here. There's going to be that one farming game. Yeah, there's always going to be that farming game. Hey, Mojo, last week I worked 35 hours on college course. Is that a lot? It depends. Like, was the total length, like, did you have 35 hours worth of college classes? If yes, that's like a pretty average amount. Like, I remember, like, I would do like 30 to 40 hours depending on the semester. So, like, that could be considered a lot, but that could be considered also, like, normal-ish average. Depends on how many classes you're taking and, you know, like, what, if you're doing other electives, or have, like, a job, like, whether it be an on-campus job or an off-campus job. So, yeah, it depends. But I think that's it. I think that's a lot of the main points I wanted to bring up. So I guess I'll take last minute predictions from anyone, last minute thoughts on what you think could show up. Because I think I covered most of the bases. I mean, there's, like I said, there's a lot of third party games I would like to see show up. I would like to see Left 4 Dead show up. I would like to see, God, I don't even know. Like, there's so many different things I would like to see show up. But I'm not sure what they're potentially going to do. Hey, Draco, how are ya? Seems like everything is coming together, huh, Zach? First Mario Party returned to its roots, and Mario for stuck on that Paper Mario. It's great news to be gamer. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what Nintendo. I hope Luigi's Mansion they go in that direction with it too. Though they gave us Luigi's Mansion remake in 2018, and then brought Luigi's Mansion 3 later. So we'll see. I mean, they kind of brought it back to its roots a little bit with Luigi's Mansion 3, but not quite. Looking for a prediction of Mario Party and you'll suffer. It's a bold prediction. Yeah, no, they're not going to do Mario Party here. I mean, ND Cube. No, ND Cube's owned by Nintendo, right? Is ND Cube owned by Nintendo? It's a subsidiary of Nintendo, yeah, so they wouldn't be there. 100% wouldn't be there. I want a new Mario Kart. Do you think we'll get a Mario movie sequel trailer this year? Probably not. I think it's a little too soon. Like, I know Sonic's had his movies come out one after the other pretty easily. But I don't think we're gonna get anything Mario-wise, especially now that like the Zelda movie's underway. Like, I don't know if they're going to do anything Mario-wise. Let's see. Luigi's Mansion inspired indie game. That would be cool. I'd be totally down for that. Like, there's not any Luigi's Mansion style or based indie games. Like, there's just not. So I would love to see someone dive into that and like go for it. I mean, it's a niche market, but like, if done well, like, that would be really, really cool to see. Let's see, Mario Kart and Mario Party, a new Smash console would be good for a while. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I would love, new console, if it launched with Mario Party, I'm set. I think it should. I mean, a party game launching for the new Nintendo console, like, why wouldn't you in a Mario Party game? I don't think Nintendo consoles ever launched with a Mario Party. Maybe Mario Party 8? Hold on, when did Mario Party 8 come out? Mario Party 8 came out 2007, so no, not even Mario Party 8. So, have a go on my 64. Speaking of which, do you think the Mario movies will come out every 2 years like the Sonic movies? I don't think so, mostly because of the fact that the Mario movies are all animation. So I think it might take a little longer to do those. I think animated movies are just kind of harder to do. But I could be wrong. I don't know. How often do... I don't know. Hold on. Despicable Me. How often do the Despicable Me's come out? Let's see. So let's see, 2010 was the first one. So 3 years after was the second one. And then 4 years after that was the third one. So yeah, I'd say 2 years is probably a little too short. Maybe we could see another teaser in 2 years. But like, I don't think another Mario movie is going to happen anytime really, really soon. I think we're going to have to wait a little while longer for that one. But yeah, I think I'm going to end things off here. That's my predictions for the Nintendo Direct tomorrow, or Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase tomorrow. I think we're going to get some good, solid titles, but everyone should keep their expectations in check. I don't think we're going to see anything really that big. I'd say go in the expectation that nothing Nintendo will be there. Just don't expect anything Nintendo to be there just because it's a partner showcase. Even if it's like developed by a partner of Nintendo, I still say don't expect it. Let's see. It's been the same since the beginning of 2010. True. I agree, Segun. It's been a wild ride since the 2010s. So yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much for watching today's stream. If there's anything interesting in the Direct tomorrow, I'll probably make a video on it. But if not, then just check me out on Twitter. I'll probably tweet about some things that maybe I'm mildly interested in. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you all later.